We're live at the Mental Margarita show, and wow, I got an amazing, and I do mean amazing, guest today on the show. We have Angel Sessions on the show today, singer, actress, 14-time award-winning artist, Grammy member, songwriter, member of the NAACP. The list goes on and on and on. And we probably don't even have enough time in this interview to cover all the things that she's done. I would love to welcome you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Angel Sessions, how you feeling today?
Thank you for the introduction. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, this is unbelievable. And it's crazy because I got a chance to really read your story and to see your journey. And at first I was like, okay, because I've heard so much great things about you. But
Mm.
then as I was just reading the story, I was like, man, she has put in the work and the things that you've accomplished. But it started off as a little girl and you were singing. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So when I was young, at 6 years old, I've always just had this love and passion for singing. So I used to always like to watch commercials on television. And so one day there was just like, if any commercial that comes on with little singing jingles going on, I would sing along with it, but I was shy back in the day. So my mom would sneak into the room and she would listen to me sing. And then if I turn around and see her, then I would stop singing. But she was the one who kind of got me out of my shyness because she started having me to perform for all of her friends and her guests when they would come by to see her. And then
Wow.
I would be the one to entertain them. And she would say, I'm gonna have my little girl sing for you guys. So I just always just had it. And most of all, I love and a passion for Christ. So I used to just make up little songs and things like that for Christ ever since
Oh
I
my.
was 6 or 7.
Now is that something? So where exactly were you born and raised at on the map geographic?
Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. That's
Yes.
phenomenal. And so you're singing, and I think of when I think of myself, because I have family in the South that are really, gospel oriented. So just having that, I'm sure that was something that brought you closer to the music and it drew you in. How was that feeling like when you felt like, okay, this little thing that I'm doing as far as singing is now I need to recognize, I need to really listen to the Lord's whisper.
Well, I learned later that, when the Lord speaks to me, that he speaks to me through his word. But he did, I do believe, gave me this gift. And I don't know, I had this deep love and passion for it. So when I was a little girl, my mom used to love to play the record player, back in the day when they had the little record player going on.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so she would play all her favorites, the Dramatics, the Dells, Aretha Franklin, Natalie Cole,
Oh,
and Earth, and Fire, and all these great records. And so when my siblings would go outside and play, we were all supposed to do it. I didn't want to go outside and play. So I would sit there for 2 hours by the record player and just listen to all this music. I was just drawn into the music so much and I just loved it so much. And of course, praise God, later on, I was able to work with a whole lot of those people. She actually, had those records and played. Now, I never would have known or dreamed that I would ever get a chance to work with them. But I've always had this love and the desire to do it ever since my mom would play the record players. And I knew then that was just something I wanted to do as I started to write a little more jingles and come to my mom and say, Mama, what do you think of this? And I would sing it to her. And then I
wow.
started singing in church at an early age, when I was a little girl, and I became the lead singer. And yeah, it started out very,
Wow,
very
that's
young.
great. And you know what? And then look what happens after that. 20 or more years in the music industry. And you're traveling to Guam. You're doing Grammy pre-parties in LA. You turn into this R&B artist and you get your first deal. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I was performing with this group called the Island Boys, and they were pretty big here in the Bay Area, Oakland, California. So KMEL, which was one of the big radio stations here in the Bay Area, wanted to send them to Guam to perform. So I sing a lot on their songs, but I was also always in the studio recording my own records because at the time I was still trying to shop a record deal for myself. So the Island Boys got a deal to go to Guam, and then they added me on the bill. So KMEL sent all of us to Guam, and I was able to perform with the Island Boys, open up for the Sugar Hill Gang, and also to be able to
Oh,
sing a lot of my songs that I had already recorded. And then when I got back, I met the late Fred Pittman, who became my producer, and he was looking for a singer to sing his song. The single was called She Was Never Her. And he had already written it, and he was looking for a female. And so he already had my demo. I sent it out to him through a friend of mine. He had it for about a good week sitting on the table, but he was pretty busy. So when he
right.
finally got around to it, he was like, wow, I found my Whitney Houston. That's what he said. So then
Yes.
he called me up and said, I need you to get here. Can you get here tomorrow? So I'm like, okay. So he lived in Vegas at that time. So
Wow.
I flew to Vegas and then I recorded the song, She Was Never Her. He wanted to put the song out, and he already knew at that time John Abbey, who was the owner and CEO of Ichiban Records. So he wanted to put the single out, She Was Never Her, and John Abbey said, no, I want a whole album on her.
Whoa.
So I already had a lot of songs that I had already recorded, and I had a lot of catalog already. So we were just digging through a lot of the great songs, and we was able to play 7 of those songs of mine on the first album, which is called Introducing Angel. And then the rest of the song, which I was able to meet Preston Glass,
Preston
Andre
Glass, our
Simone.
buddy.
Yeah, Preston Glass. I did some songs with him. Andre Simone, from Prince. I was able to do some songs with him, and Larry Baptiste, and just a lot of great producers that he knew, songwriters that he knew, and put some of the songs in. The first album was Introducing Angel, which came out in 1998.
And introducing Angel. And what an introduction, because your first thing, like you said, She Was Never Her, but then you kept going. It was received so well. You did an actual duet on the album with L.J. Reynolds, the
Yes,
lead
yeah,
singer of the Dramatics. Tell me about that.
yeah. So Fred Pittman knew a lot of people in the industry. So he was like, hey, I really want you to sing with my artist, Angel Sessions. So we flew all the way to Detroit. And it was amazing for me because I was able to record in the same studio as Aaliyah when she recorded the
Wow.
second album,
Oh,
Aaliyah. So I was able to work with I forget what the producer that produced that album for her. Um I worked in his studio and we recorded Hello Love, me and Andre. I mean me and LD Reynolds. And put that on my album. And then when the Dramatic came out with their album in 1999, they placed it also on their album as well.
isn't that something? And that was produced by Michael Powell, the lead
There you
singer of
go. There
the
you
group
go.
Couldn't Function.
Yes, yes,
So you had a
yes,
double whammy there.
yes.
Now,
Absolutely.
so all this stuff is happening for you. You're feeling really good.
Hmm.
Okay. Itchy Band, they sell the company.
Right.
Now, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do next?
Yeah. So the album was still pretty new. And it was like, oh my goodness, they sold the company. We were just about to release the second song that I wrote. And I was so excited. This is my song, which was called You Missed a Good Thing. So I'm like, oh wow. They folded. So Fred said, don't worry, we're gonna go back. And Ichiban was allowed, they did allow us to use their studio. And we're just gonna record a whole new album, and we're gonna shop it to various labels. So
Wow.
we recorded a whole new album, and we shopped it to, the mainstream labels. And he had a deal already, and a friend he knew back then, the late Phil Jones, who used to work for Motown, and he was the vice president of Fantasy Records in Berkeley, California. So
Wow.
he went back to him, and then they did a deal to distribute my album, which we called it Love Ride, and we distributed on Fantasy Records. And also, they were able to work with, and they had a deal like if you're able to get these great acts that these are your friends, like the Ollie Woodson, Brenda Holloway, Frida Payne. These were all Fred's friends. And we're able to
Yes.
do an album on them as well. we'll put out Angel's album as well. So that's what we did. And I was able to work on all their albums and sing background on their albums. I even wrote a song with Brenda Holloway for her album called You Keep
Uh,
Running In and Out of My Life, me and Preston. And so that's how that album became, and then we had a big poster called Get It Right, which was the second single I put out with one of the songwriters who did No Scrubs, with Candace them, and we did the song Get It Right. And the poster was in all the stores across the country, and it was very popular then. And yeah, we were pretty much on the roll, and that album was pretty blowing up big until eventually they folded as well.
that's part of the business.
Yes.
And, and
Yep.
and what was interesting about Get It Right, and this is just a little fun fact, was that actor director Fred Williamson played the father in the video.
Yes, yes. Fred Williamson, I
Great
met him.
time. A great
Yeah,
memory.
Fred knew a lot of people. That was one of his good friends. So how I met Fred Williamson and how that became about was once I met him and we did Get It Right. And he played my father. We flew all the way to Palm Springs, California. We recorded the
Wow.
song and we did the video in a big, nice mansion. And it was really fun doing that video. And he loved my voice so much. He said, now I'm working on a movie now. I'm gonna come back and get you. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put you in my film. You think it is Hollywood talk, so you're thinking, okay, but you didn't think I didn't think it was really gonna happen because this was around 1999. He said, but I'm
Right.
gonna come back and get you when I work on this movie, and he kept his promise, and he did the movie Down and Dirty, and came back and got me, and I was able to be in that film, sing my song "Helplessly Falling" from the Love Right album,
Wow. Is that something? And you know,
which he
that
worked on the
album got a
same
lot.
year. I'm sorry, I
Uh,
was going to say which was the same year he recorded the video, not the video, the movie also with Beyonce, that Karma.
yeah.
He worked on that one, produced. So that was I think he produced that one also. So it's
Wow.
kind of cool. He put both of those movies out at the same time.
I'm telling you now, Angel. There's some divine intervention. And what I was going to say was that got written up in Billboard magazine, Rolling
Hmm.
Stone magazine, and you're doing your thing now. I want to ask you, tell us a little bit about the tour with the school entertainment activity program in LA. Let's shift gears a little.
Yeah. So I think the father's name was Dwayne, and he had a son, and they had this event I love so much that breaks artists. So if you have music on the radio, they said, well, not that you don't need radio, because I think radio was very important, but you could also break it in schools. So the
Right.
kids will support you. They will, you do a nice concert in all their classes, like during recess time, and you perform your songs, and then you do a sign up where they, give out autographs and pictures, and they can buy your music on demand. So
Wow.
I was
That's
able to do
cool.
that. Yeah, with all the schools in the Los Angeles area, which alone was Destiny's Child and Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Usher, Tyrese, Brandy, a whole lot of us did this school entertainment activity program to help break our records.
That's
I
unbelievable.
did.
Unbelievable. And now all of a sudden, uh, what's up with Volts Records?
Vote Records. So
Volt
Vote
Records.
Records,
Volts
yeah. So
Records.
Vote Records was reactivated by Fantasy. So
Okay.
Fantasy Records had over 125 labels that they own under their catalog to re-release music. So they reactivated Vote in order to put me, Brenda Holloway,
Okay,
Frida
all those
Payne,
people.
and all of us on that label to redistribute our music. Eventually they folded as well. But
Right.
yes, that's how that got
And that's how that all got
reactivated.
played out.
Hmm.
Okay. So you got the votes. You're charged up. You're doing all kinds of things. You're meeting up with Maurice White,
Yes,
lead
yes. And
singer of
yeah,
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
yeah, so Preston got a long list of history of so many people he's worked with, from Michael Ward and Whitney Houston and all those people. So of course, Maurice White, Earth, Wind and Fire, he was able to, those are his friends. So they were looking for some background singers for some music for then Earth, Wind and Fire, but eventually they used it and put it on the Spinners. What's the spell?
Uh-huh.
No, the Stylistics. So the song was
Stylistic.
called Painted in the Sky. So they hired me and one other male artist, and we sang background on two of their records. And they were supposed to put it out on their album, but they eventually Maurice decided to put it out on the Stylistics in 2010. So that's how I was
Wow.
able to meet with, him and work with him, and it was amazing. He's a,
That
really amazing and down to earth, and it was really fun working and singing those
my
songs.
mama would be jealous, girl. Mama would be jealous. Uh, Tony Camillo, Inconvenience. The Love Ride album is doing its thing, and you had an opportunity of having a song on a movie called Held Up, starring Jamie Foxx and Nia Long. And what
Yes.
happened with that?
So Fred Pittman was friends with, I don't remember his name, but he was one of the music producers at Star Pictures. So the story goes like this. The movie originally was going to be called Inconvenience. So Fred knew the person that worked for TriStar Pictures. We went to TriStar Pictures in Santa Monica, California, and they wanted a lead song called Inconvenience, which they gave the title to me to do it. So I was excited. So again, Fred knew a lot of people, so he knew Tony Camillo. So we flew all the way to New Jersey to record the song. So he wrote the song Inconvenience. And right at the last minute, when the song was submitted to TriStar, things can change. They
Yeah.
decided to change the title to Held Up, but they still,
Oh,
yeah. So because it was called originally Inconvenience, the movie. That's why
oh,
the song is called Inconvenience, because it was going to be the theme song for the movie.
oh.
Yeah, I was going to be so excited, but they changed it to Held Up. But they still went on ahead and invited me to the movie premiere where I was able to meet Jamie.
That's wonderful. You got a chance to do that. And not only did you get a chance to do that, yeah, let's not make that a small thing. You got a chance to meet Jamie Foxx, so it worked
That's
out.
right. Yes,
It,
I did. A
that's
really
still a
nice down to
blessing.
earth guy. We were supposed to do it together too, because at that time he had to be able to do music with him. But of course, Jamie Foxx is very busy, so we didn't get a chance to work together. But it was still a blessing to get a chance to meet him and the
Oh
whole
God.
cast, except for Nia, because she wasn't there at the premiere. But yeah, he's a very down to earth guy, and also he's good friends with my sister.
Oh,
So, because
that's
she met him before I did.
wow, isn't that great? So
Yeah.
1999, you met Mary Wilson, the
Mm-hmm.
Supremes. You got to
Yes.
travel and sing with Mary?
Yeah. So the story goes like this. In 1999, I met her because she was going to do a new Supremes, and I was going to be one of them. So I auditioned along with some other young ladies. But then they were going to do this big thing with her, Diana Ross, and you know how that story went down and did.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she didn't get a chance to do the new Supremes. So I re-met her again in 2004. Through my friend Karen Newman, who had been touring with Mary as the Supremes for 7 to 8 years around that time. So they had a young lady that didn't work out, and so they said, "Well, we need another girl." So
Right.
Karen said, "I know one. I know my friend Angel." So she talked to the manager, and so the manager heard my music, and he
Wow.
heard the album Love Ride, and so he called me and he said, "Your voice is beautiful. We're looking for a soprano, and we would love you to be a part of the Supremes. So I want
Oh
you to
my
meet
goodness.
Mary." Yes, and we want you to meet Mary and things like that. And she lived in Vegas at that time. So of course I was excited. So I got a chance to fly to Vegas, eat dinner with Mary, talk to her, and then she just gave me let me watch a lot of videos of the Supremes, tell me about their history,
Wow.
saw her beautiful house and, give me the contract and tell me just, all show me all the beautiful gowns. These were the original gowns that we wore.
What?
And then booked my tickets. So I started touring with them
That
as a
is something else. And I when it's weird because well, it's not weird. Let me change that word. It's no, it's not unbelievable either. It's a blessing when God walks in your life and opens those doors. And what I
Yeah.
love about your career is you pay so much homage to the Almighty Creator, and you decided to do a gospel recording album. Tell me about that album.
Yes. So I had, been doing I do like R&B and I've been doing it for a while. Just some of the things that I was going through, because you do have just obstacles and ups and downs and things like that. So I have a story in my life to tell one day. But my heart always never failed to want to do gospel music for my Lord. So I decided on my own. By this time, I was independent to just start my own thing and just start doing gospel music. But it's urban contemporary, in my own style, the way I write.
Right.
And I just been doing that ever since. I mean, alongside with managing at that time a girl group, which was my daughter, and a girl group called One Unity. So I was kind of bouncing between, working, doing my own thing as gospel, touring with Mary Wilson, and then managing my girl group and trying to get them a deal. So I was really busy at that time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a desire that I wanted to do, and I've been doing that ever since.
And I'm just going to give a rundown for the people because Angel is a very busy woman, and you guys are going to see that when I start running this down. And she's got things to do, so let's make this as quick as possible. But you had a single, "He Loves You," 2 gospel videos, Chasten. You got him, you don't. It went viral. You opened up. You've done performances for the Golden State Warriors. Tell me about that.
In 2007, such a blessing. I was able to my manager was able to talk to one of the people that books people to do the Star Spangled Banner. And
Right.
so I did a demo and then I submitted it and they fell in love with my voice. And so was able to sing in front of 20,000 people, the
Wow.
Star Spangled Banner. And they loved me so much, they asked me to come back the next year. So I did it again. So I sung twice at the Warriors.
Wow.
Was able to take pictures and things like that. And yes, it was awesome. It was a blessing.
And then you had an album release. You send me higher, EP, "If You Love Me." How was that?
Yeah, so I have a little story with You Send Me Higher, just a little bit. I had a friend, the late OG Pierce, who wrote the song This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan. I also got a chance to meet Montel too at the Grammys pre-party. So
What?
OG Pierce and I, yes. So OG Pierce and I were really good friends since 1994. So we started writing the song. We did a song called I wrote a song called You Send Me Hanging, right? And at that time it was an R&B song, and I was trying to shop a deal with my then manager, and we went to 92.3 The Beat in Los Angeles, the radio station, and it was a 15 minutes. They call it 15 minutes of fame, where they only interview you for 15 minutes. But they loved my music so much, I got a chance to interview with them an hour, and they loved that song so much. You Send Me Hanging, but I never got a chance to put it out because I never at that time, this was 94, got a chance to, get a deal at that time. So I
Right.
just kind of revived it and changed it into a gospel song called You Send Me Higher.
Yeah, that's so I love it.
Yeah. And that's why I put it out and
Wow. So
dedicated
you
to
move
my
on.
Lord.
Yeah, you move on from that. "Hearts of Broken Love" charted at number one, 11 weeks. National US charts. Number 14 on Amazon. Tell me about that.
Um, a lot of my songs, and I'm not bragging, it's just a blessing of God that when it comes out, it has reached the number one on Amazon, which is a blessing. And
Wow.
I work hard. We're doing a lot of marketing, promotion, and things like that because I do have my own label with my other two founding partners. It's called Atlas Elite Entertainment with Demetrius Gidry and Rodney Cruz. So we all three are the founders of the label. And do a whole lot of marketing, promoting, and thank God for my fans that really have been behind me and supporting me as they're growing. And so the songs have hit not only Amazon, but iTunes and in Singapore and Brazil and other parts. So it's just been amazing. It's so much I can't even comprehend. I can't even say all that has happened in my life, but it's so much. It's that bio can't even tell.
There's no way we could do it, guys. It's impossible, and
But the
I mean,
Wikipedia is coming. My Wikipedia is coming.
the Wikipedia is definitely coming. But I know that you're pressed for time. You're going to have to go to the website to get all of the wonderful accomplishments that she's accomplished. But I do want to say this. Um, what I was really impressed by was the fact that you have just been so poised through all the highs and lows of your career and things that you've gone through, your drive. Where do you get that drive from?
The Almighty God, who gives me
Oh,
the passion and the love for Him because He first loved me, and to just have the desire to keep doing it because I also love people and I love sharing my gift and I love making people smile and I love the gift. Well, even though I love the gift that God's given me, I just have a love and deep passion for Him, Christ, God Himself, who is my
yes.
Heavenly Father, and for His glory, to share His gift through my songs. And so I'm excited, for the songs He's given me. I do have a record dropping Friday, which is called Player Haters. Now it is an R&B song, R&B hip
Oh,
hop
oh.
featuring my niece, who her name is Jay Asper. She's a hip hop recording artist. So that is dropping this Friday. It's called Player Haters. I think a lot of people can relate to it because there's a lot of people that are not, uh, loving on other people as far as they're hating on what people do. And so you got to listen to the message. The message is really tight, but I wrote and produced the song and she's rapping on it and I'm singing on it. So that's coming out this coming Friday. And then I have another gospel song later on this year that'll be dropping, and it's called Forever, like for all, and it's just to encourage all God's people who God has saved, that when we be with Him, we're going to be with Him forever because this world is not going to be forever. The Lord is soon to come.
Oh, the Lord is soon to come. And I want to say one more thing before we head out. Because there's so much I wanted to say. Okay, you were pressed for time because I had so much more. But you guys
Go
gotta go to
ahead.
the website.
Go
You
ahead.
have to go to the website. What is the website you want to give the audience?
I have two websites, one for me, which is angelsessions.com, and then my record label that which is Atlas Elite Entertainment.com.
There you go. Those are the two sites you guys gotta go because believe me, there's a whole bunch more. But I want to bring this up because this really touched me. You had a song called "Missing You," and I got a chance to read the story. I think iTunes did an interview. It was about your mother who passed away, and they dedicated the song. They played it all day. Tell us about that experience and what your mother really meant to you, because I think a lot of your drive and your passion comes from her as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm about to cry now. As you know, I just lost my stepdad, and
Sorry.
when I think of him, I think of my mom. So it's kind of like almost losing my mom all over again. Um, she meant so much to me. Um, she was the one who kind of got me into the music industry because she's the one who really believed in me. She was my motivator. She pushed me. She was my inspiration. She was my friend, and she was just a blessing, and her memory will live on in my mind and my heart until the Lord returns. And I'm grateful to have had her for the years I've had her here on earth, and I miss her very much. So I had wrote the song "Missing You" for her and anyone who's lost a loved one, to dedicate that to someone you care and you love. It's funny because again, I just lost my dad, so stepdad. But yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Well, you know what? You are someone special as well. And we love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Angel Sessions, make sure that you hear that Missing You song, including all the rest of her releases. And I had so much more. You got to come back on the show because we got to complete this. And
Well, you
please,
can, you know, you can go ahead if you have more questions.
well,
It's
I
cool.
did actually. I wanted to talk about Songs of Comfort, the best-selling,
Oh, you know, that's my
soul
favorite
praise
album.
worship, contemporary Christian top 100, 14 weeks.
Yes, that's my favorite album. I have a lot of favorite albums, but that's definitely one of them. Wow. Sometimes I'd be like, I have so much music, I'd be forgetting, like, oh yeah. But I love that album, and then I love those songs because when I write, I love to use God's word, the Bible. So
Mm,
when I read
mm,
His word, I love to use the scriptures for most of my songs
yeah.
and let God's word that He has written minister to the hearts of the people
Mm.
through my music. And so I try to, that's that album and the album You Send Me Higher, which is really one of my two of those albums were one of my favorites that I love a lot because I love using, the scripture, things like that. So,
I
and
like to think Jesus is coming soon. Don't Let Go top the contemporary R&B charts. Number 8 best-selling gospel music on Amazon. You received 8 nominations, and then you did He's Not the Same album, and that went number 1 on praise and worship on Amazon best-selling. So you've just done wow, so
yes, it's
much.
just a blessing. It's a blessing, and even in the latest song, I don't know if I put that in the bio because again, I've done so much. Call and Chosen. That was my
Yeah,
latest gospel song that also went number 1. Also in Brazil, Singapore, on
Singapore.
iTunes. Yep. And
Platinum records, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, yes.
And a platinum artist with a beautiful soul. Thank you
You.
so much, Angel. We definitely got to revisit a little bit longer and collaborate in the future for sure.
Thank you.
Players, whoa, play, hey, dance all around. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I was saying that, oh no. Play, you need to hear the lights. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I was saying, getting jealous. Play, you need to hear the lights. I see them my whole life. When someone's got it going on, hold their head high. With Gucci bags, hot shoes, looking so fly. Say like Johnny Gill, my. And then they come and play, hating, stirring up stuff. Mad because they broke it, wish you had enough. Instead of being happy for the person they see, they give you dirty looking, steady looking so mean. You know, you heard, or what about this? You see someone you like and try to peek them out, hoping you would get to know what they about. And then they come and find they can ask for you. Yeah, your so-called friend try to take you too. Trying to take the one you want to have. Then they try to flirt, you saw him first. Play, hey, you need to stop and check themselves before they wreck themselves. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Always saying, getting jealous. Play, hey, you need to get a lot and move on. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Always saying, getting jealous. Play, hey, you need to get a lot. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why you hating on Beyonce? Why you being so cruel? You can run a lot for her and how she gained success. Cause my girl don't take no crap, she don't settle for less. Aha, now if you really need to know, exert the one your so-called friends putting on the show. Smiling in your face, talking behind your back, making you to be something that you're not. Okay, I wanna go to say it once. Play, hate, you need to know, just grow up. It's a dirty shame you gotta be this way. If you don't change your life and take it to the grave. And if you want respect, you gotta give respect. There's a lot of play haters just like that. If you want the greatest thing you see in life, then you need to know you gotta make it right. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Always saying, getting jealous. Play hate, you need to get a life and move on. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? know. Want you to take.
On the Mental Margarita Show, we got Kenitra Woods, Big Nene Lioness, Rising Star, and man, I'm just so excited to have you on the show. How you been?
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm feeling great. It's wonderful.
So wait a minute. You're in Cali, right?
No, actually, I'm in Vegas.
Vegas. How is the weather out there? Because it's cold out here.
Oh, it feels good. It's nice.
Okay.
It's nice. It's really nice. Have you ever been to Vegas?
I have. I was out there with one of the Masterpiece people, and they were going to shoot a video for me, but all kind of stuff took place, so I did actually get it done. But I did go down to Piedmont. What is that? Piedmont?
Fremont Street.
Our guys had to go down there, and it was mad dope, yo. I was like, oh my god, like
I'll
they got all
tell
this
you.
stuff going across the sky, and all these streets connected. I'm like, ow.
It's live. It's live. It's definitely live. And so Alton, Illinois, right?
Right.
How was it like growing up in Alton, Illinois?
Well, I actually only grew up there until I was 6. And then my mother, she got married to a military guy. So I've basically been traveling my whole life.
Wow.
And like lived in Germany for like 6 years, Hawaii for like 6 years, Italy, and then all over the United States. So I'm just a traveling soul.
You are a traveling soul, and you have traveled so much that I think that that's probably why your experiences in life are so plethora. You have such a plethora of experiences.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, what got you into music?
This guy in Killeen, Texas, Gaddafi. At the time he was this big time producer, and I was hustling, and so he was like, they had this big show. Well, it was like a freestyle battle or something or whatever, and I actually took my homeboy there because he was getting in it. I wasn't rapping, and so when they get ready to do their freestyle cipher battle, I said, let me get up and just talk some shit because I got a lot of energy.
Right.
So I got up in that thing and I'm like, your hair is nappy, you need a comb, and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just going on. I don't know how to rap at all. And so the producer wound up coming to me on my way out the club. He ran up to me. He said, hey. He said, I think you got something. I said, got what?
What?
He was like, I like your energy. He said, have you ever rapped before? I'm like, man, they don't make enough money. I ain't trying to get in that thing right now. They don't make enough money. But my homeboy do. I kept trying to turn him on to my homeboy. Like, my homeboy rap. He's like, no, He said, it's something about you. He said, can you come to my studio? It took me 2 months to go because I was like, I ain't trying to be in that rap stuff, get all that right there. So anyway, I seen him at the grocery store. He said, can you please? When he said, can you please? I said, wow. Maybe God got something for me in this area.
Right. That
so
is right.
I went, and it was like 300 degrees exaggerating in Texas at this time. And so he had his boot. He had his boot in his closet. He had a little, like, in the closet. He said, so go in there and say whatever comes to mind, whatever you feel. But I'm like, I don't know how to rap. He said, just say whatever comes to mind. So, baby, when I tell you I went in that thing, because it was hot in that thing, I said, get hot, get hot, get hot, get hot, hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm growing. He said, we keeping that. So to move forward, that song made it on 92.3 FM, the main radio station in Killeen. And that right there led me to open up for Trina. And Ray J and Gerald Bird. Our company Billy Cook to go open up in Hawaii with Ronald Isley. Open up for Monique Parker. All the Houston, Lil Flip, Lil Kiki, Lil Old Slim Thug. Huh?
Right?
all the Houston artists. I've opened up for all of them, and that's what that led me to, just doing that one song. And I got a chance to do an interview with Trina. And so
Yeah.
that night I was her only act. So it was just me and her on the show, and it was so many people there, but I did a great job. She didn't really do a good job because she was acting ugly. And
Right.
her music started skipping. You know, God don't like ugly. He ain't too fond of pretty either. You know what I'm saying? And so her CD was skipping really bad. And she was like, hold up, wait a minute. I think it's some discrepancy going on right here. I'm saying to myself, you shouldn't have been treating me bad in the radio station.
Yeah.
Look, had your nose
Oh,
all snarled up at me, and I'm one of your biggest fans.
right. Okay. And you know
Yeah.
what? You
So,
might have caught her on an off day because she's normally real cool.
okay, well, she wasn't real cool this particular
That
day.
day wasn't.
It hurt my feelings. But needless to say, I'm still a fan of her. She's just as pretty as all get out. That was just the experience I encountered. I didn't want to encounter her when I met her, the experience like that.
Right, like
You
that.
know, I want to be like, oh my God, Trina, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it was just awkward. So, anyways,
Well, you know what? Through that, pardon the motorcycle riding. Through that, now all of a sudden you're doing your thing, you're feeling good, you got the confidence, you got the swag, and you got an album. You got an album, Let Me Be Me.
yeah, yeah. I did that Let Me Be Me album. Oh, you did your research.
Da-da-da.
You did your research. Okay, so yeah, I came out with Let Me Be Me album, and that was after I opened up for Trina and did all that stuff. That was when I moved to Houston. And it's crazy because when I moved to Houston and I hooked up with Billy Cook and them, they started managing me. Billy Cook was one of the biggest R&B singers in Houston. He owned everybody's stuff in the South, everybody. And Clyde Davis was getting ready to sign him at the time.
Wow.
So him and his wife started managing me. And so, like I said, we went to Hawaii. And while we was there, Ronald Isley lead keyboard Tony called to Dr. Dre's studio, and there was a producer there named P. Rod that was working with Dr. Dre at the time. And so P. Rod gets on the phone with me, and Tony like, hey, it's this young lady. She's really nice. She can rap. She just moved to Houston. She's with such and such. He was like, okay, that's cool because I'm moving to Houston. But he said, in a year. I said, in a year?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Okay. So, but God is so good because what I'm getting ready to tell you, that's how I know it's meant. So a year passed. I done forgot all about this dude. We've been moving to Houston. I done
Right.
got my car wrapped with my face all on it. I'm just doing my thing.
Just
I
doing
go
it.
to I go to the liquor store one day, and as I was pulling in, and there was this big Hummer on the side of me. This guy was coming out. So as we pulled in, and me and my homegirl was getting out, the guy got ready to get in his Hummer. Mind you, I didn't even know what the dude looked like when I was on the phone with him when he was with Dr. Dre.
Wow.
I didn't
This
know
is
what he looked
great.
like, forgot all about his name, everything. So he gets back out his car. Matter of fact, he didn't even get all the way in the truck. He comes around. He said, who is this on this card? Who is this? My friend was like, superstar little lady. That's little lady. He said, little lady, little lady, little lady. Say that name sounds familiar. He said, was you in Hawaii opening up for Randy Ozzy? I said, yeah. He said, I'm P-Rob. I said, oh my, a whole year, and I wound up meeting this guy at the liquor
Wow.
store out of nowhere.
Intervention.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool right there. So he became my producer for like 15 years.
Wow, man.
So he
That's amazing.
produced most of my music.
So now you guys are working, you're doing your thing. Tony Hitman, right? Second CD now drops. It's called Lady.
Yeah, it's called Lady. Tony Hitman Brown, which is Billy Cook's first cousin, and he's related to Slim Thug. I don't know if you ever heard of Slim Thug.
You know it now.
Yeah, okay. He's related to Slim Thug, and he was really cool with Lil Flip's father, who was managing him at the time. And so they really liked my sound, so they came aboard and started producing that particular album right there. Yeah.
And so during this whole process, okay, between your first and your second, are you going through a lot of industry politics? Are you feeling something? Are you learning more things about the industry? What are some of the things that you're going through?
I'm learning not to trust everybody. I
That's
definitely
a good
learned
one.
that. I I definitely learned that you definitely have to have your paperwork and everything straight, regardless whether you trust people or not. Your paperwork can stand up in court.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So I'm learning to get my paperwork all together. I'm meeting people. I'm going to these industry parties, and something wicked happens.
Right.
So at this particular time, while I'm learning everything, I wound up dropping them after they produced the app. I wound up dropping them because they really wasn't doing what I needed them to do, and I felt like I was promoting them more than they were promoting me, even though they were big stars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I wound up meeting this producer, which is Keisha Cole's Frankie bodyguard. He was from Detroit, but he was a producer. And they wound up sending me to Atlanta. So I go to Atlanta and we hanging out with Frankie and all this stuff. So Frankie takes us to this party. I go in this party, bruh. I see nothing but devils. I ain't lying. I mean, and I was like mad sober. I hadn't smoked no weed, and I'm really not a drinker at all. And I was sober. And when I went in there, literally, I seen demon faces. So I runs out of this thing. I runs out of there. I call my husband at the time I was married. I'm like, I should go in there. It's a lot of demons in there. And I'm crying historically, like big
Wow.
tears. He like, wait a minute, calm down. What's going on? I'm like, there's demons in this club, at this
Wow.
party I'm at. I'm an
Wow.
evangelist. I'm a visionary.
Wow.
I'm gonna see what the natural eye won't see. You understand
You
what I'm saying? And so when that happened to me, it kind of bagged me back from the
you ready
industry.
to feel that?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I want to be in this thing. You know, I seen these demons. It never left my brain to this day. And that's what it was. I kind of stopped for a minute because it frightened me so bad. And
Yeah.
then the Keisha Cole, Mama Frankie, she called me one day and she said, because I told her I was crying, I was like, she was like, well, baby, I didn't see what you saw. One, you're in deep in the industry. Two, you
Right.
on drugs. And three, you ain't gonna see what I'm seeing.
Oh, you did stuff. Now I'm playing.
She was geeked up. No, she was geeked up. So she was like, I'm sorry for the bad experience, baby. You gonna I'm like, yeah, I'm better. She said, but don't never stop your music. Keep
Oh,
going. Keep
oh,
going. And I did.
that's cool. So she turned out to be an angel in disguise.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And
Definitely.
as we move on now, so you're also doing some acting. You played in a movie, One Fine Day, that was shot in Berlin, Germany.
Yes, this when I was in the ninth grade though. This before any of this music stuff
This
came
is
along.
okay, so this is another extension of who you are.
Right. In Germany, in Berlin, Germany, we was there for the wall that came down too. So we got pieces of the wall. I just had to throw that out there. In Berlin, Germany, they have this German fest that comes once a year and it's huge. People come from around the world to come to this German fest. And so at this time, Hammer, Hammer was
And
yeah. So I had, those pants that Hammer came out with where they dripped in the middle.
you know it.
So me and my homegirl, we had on these little halter tops, and she had on the white pair, and I had on the black pair. And so we bought a bumper cars, and we came up with a routine. So we dancing, we just jugging at in front of the bumper cars. We got a large crowd around us. Here come these white people with these cameras, like big cameras, and they came and they just filmed us. They just stood there and filmed us. So when the Hammer song went off, the people came up to us and they said, we're doing a movie called One Fine Day and da da da. I was like, well, you gotta talk to my mom about that. I said, we
Wow.
got a card or whatever. She was like, yeah, here go a card. Have your parents call us. And so mommy called them and we were making 450 marks an hour, which is at the time it was like $250 an hour on
Wow.
set. And
I'm
I played in 4 roles. I didn't get a chance to talk except for on one when we were on the bus and we were like throwing like paper at each other, kids, we're in
right.
school. You know what I'm saying? And then we did one scene in the classroom where somebody was acting like a class clown and the teacher had to get on them. And we like, oh, like act like it. So this is why when I watch movies, I know what it takes, where the
Right.
cameras be, why people you can't hear them talking because I
Right.
actually been on the real set. Yeah,
Wow. So you have really been on a real set. Now
yeah.
let's talk about you being a brand ambassador of Seagram's Gin.
Okay. They had King too. I don't know if it was in Killeen. I think it was in Killeen or Houston. Not really sure, but Billy Cook and them again. They put me on this show with these people from Canada, and they were looking for a female artist, which had Swiss Beats as the producer for this record label out of Canada. And
Wow.
so they was doing these big events, and they had me face fronts of it. So I was like helping selling the Seagram's gin and all this
This is
stuff, even though I
unbelievable.
wasn't
Hold
even
on.
drinking.
This is crazy. So you're doing music, you're acting, you modeled, and you even was able to transition and open up in the comedic space
Yes,
because you collaborated and opened up and worked with a lot of comedians from
yeah.
BT Comic View, Def Comedy Jam. How how did you get in these spaces? I mean, your networking was just amazing.
Well, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the modeling thing first. I was modeling around the time I met Trina and them, and I was going to sign to the Outlaws. But
Oh,
Suge Knight had got out of jail, and at this time, the Outlaws they had this store with the studio in Atlanta. At the time, Suge Knight gets out of jail, and he's like, I own Tupac music, and da 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 da, like he's been the bully that he is, and so one of the outlaws was like, I forget his name, but he was like, you ever tried modeling? And I'm like, man, I won't do no modeling, bro. I'm pregnant. Mind you, the whole time I was doing all this stuff, I was pregnant.
wow.
Opening up for Trina and Ray J and all them, I was pregnant.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
pregnant. And so I met the model lady from the Outlaws, introduced me to her. Her name was Faye, Miss Faye, Faye Fashion. And so I was modeling maternity clothes.
Wow.
And so and then I would be her live entertainment after the runway show. So I would model and then I would perform my music off of Let Me Be Me album. So that was with the modeling. Now, when I left Houston, I moved to Detroit in 2005. This is how the comic stuff came about. Um, as soon as I got to Detroit, the second week I was there was a guy passing out flyers at the gas station. I pull up at the gas station. I'm trying to get a cigarillo so I can smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my
Right.
own little world. I got my vehicle wrapped up. In Detroit, the only one with a wrapped vehicle in Detroit because they wasn't really up on date on that. That was a South thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So it made
Right.
me even bigger than I were.
Right.
And so the guy who gave me the flyer, he said, we're having a 16-man panel, hip hop versus the streets, but it's gonna be on TV. And the viewers, whoever the viewers like the most, they're gonna get a 30-day TV thing, their own segment on TV. So
Wow.
I'm like, dang, how do you get on that? He said, we got one seat left. You wanna do it? I'm like, heck yeah, I wanna do it. So I'm assuming God was just saving that one seat for
Tell
me to
you.
get to Detroit.
I'm telling you.
So I get there. This is how the comic stuff came about. So I get there and we doing the panel thing. I'm making everybody laugh. Mind you, I didn't know nobody in Detroit. I didn't even know the people that was on the panel. And the people that was on the panel was the people that was on the radio. The artists was the stars out of Detroit.
Wow.
And I'm the only one. I'm like, okay, these big stars. I feel like I was a big star coming from the South. So needless to say, the viewers chose me. So I won a 30-day on TV segment on a thing. So while I'm on there, I'm just goofy. I'm goofy in real life. Anyway, we're gonna have fun. Like if me and you hang out, we would have so much fun because
Right.
I'm goofy. And so a guy came up to the TV station and said, I'm promoter catnip. I'm one of the biggest comedy promoters out here.
Wow.
And he wanted me to interview a couple of comedians, Tony Roberts. You know Tony Roberts, right?
Roberts, absolutely.
And so I interviewed Tony Roberts. That's how I very first met him. And so the promoter started liking me. And what he did was put me on every show of the comedians, but I wasn't doing comedy. I was
Wow.
doing my music. I was
With your
opening up.
music.
Yes, and that's how I got to open up for Tony Roberts, uh,
The
Ralphie May. I mean,
Frankie
the list goes on.
Frankie Hayes, right?
Yeah, Frankie, off for Wildin' Out. Yeah,
Wildin'
Frankie. Oh my God, Frankie was so cool. We did our show in Chicago, but all the comedians that I ever opened up for, which the list is there, it was with my music. It had nothing to do with comedy at all. But being in the rim of them, I guess something rubbed off on me and said, you know what? I think I'm funny. I think I can do this. And so now I'm in the comedy world.
Oh my goodness. You're talking about star quality. Star quality. And not only do you have star quality, but you're also a humanitarian. Let's talk about All Lives, Black Lives Matter. Let's talk about the first annual Black Heritage Movement, that affair. Let's talk about those things.
Okay, I started a movement for our people. I started a black carpet movement because I felt like we look like kings and queens walking on our own colored carpet. When we walking on the red carpet, we looking like they're puppets. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And so I started doing shows introducing the black carpet and having people walk down that thing, and I'm filming it, showing them how you guys look like kings and queens. And
Right.
so I started that movement. I didn't do much with it because my career was going so all over the place. And so it is something I would like to continue on doing though. I only did a couple events with it. Turned out very well, but I believe all lives matter. Don't get it twisted. All lives matter. They do, but Black lives really are important because for one, we got the DNA of Jesus. And with that being said, it makes us very king and queen quality.
Yes.
So I firmly believe in that, but don't get it twisted. All lives do matter.
All lives definitely matter. And what also matters is that you got a new project with Tony Hitman.
No, that's I'm on to
You
years forward. Yeah,
okay?
all that was
Will be
like back
editing this interview.
then. You
All lives matter, and you know what, Kenitra Woods, you matter because I mean, you're just an amazing soul. I can already feel your spirit. You're jumping out of the screen. I can see why you've been very infectious everywhere you go. What are some of the recent things that you're working on right now?
um well, 2 years ago, before the pandemic started, I did the Twisted tour. I don't know if you saw that. I did the Twisted tour. I tested the I ain't gonna say I tested the universe, but I wanted to see how people would gravitate to me, even though my numbers wasn't up. My numbers, I ain't never had numbers. God's just been placing me. God been
Right,
doing all this. I haven't did anything.
right,
The stuff
right.
just came out of nowhere for me. And so I jumped up one day. I said, man, I'm about to put a tour together since I know all these people all over. And so I called this promoter. I'm like, oh, you know where places that, because he's a tour promoter and he got different clubs in different states. So he was like, yeah, I'll give you connect to the club owners wherever you want to go. And so I put a blast out there on Facebook. Man, when I tell you, people was paying $150 to open up for me. They were coming from different states
Wow,
to where I was with the tour. They were paying for their own hotel rooms and they was not getting paid. But I had at least 20 to 25 artists on those shows everywhere I went opening up for me.
wow, wow.
And that right there showed me you got something. It's something about you because there's no way people just don't even know you. Your numbers ain't up. You ain't got a record deal, but they're paying to open up for you.
That's something.
So there's something there.
There's definitely something there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm telling you, we are so happy that something that's there is here on the Mental Margarita Show. We got to bring you out to Vegas.
I would love to come out there. I would love to come out there. Yes, because first of all, your nail shop stay open 24 hours. The wig store stay open 24 hours. And the weed store stay open 24 hours. I definitely got to come back out to that thing.
How do they follow you?
Okay, everybody can follow me on Facebook, Big Nene Linus, and Linus Woods page, Instagram, Big Nene Linus, and Linus Woods page, TikTok, Linus Woods page, and Big Nene Linus. You can follow me on any one of those. But I want to say this before I get off, because we didn't touch bases on this. My new project, the new project that I'm doing now.
Is that it?
That's my name, but that's not
the project.
No, that's not a project. That's just my name, and it's a. My mom got the name off The Price Is Right, and it means River of Love, and I definitely displayed that all the time. But my new project is called Country Rhythm.
Country Rhythm.
Country Rhythm, which I'm a Southern soul artist as well as R&B hip hop artist. So I combined my album with R&B hip hop with Southern soul hip hop and making a country rhythm. I mean, that's definitely where I'm at with it right now. And we got 2 songs that's out on the radio, also out on all social media platforms. One of them is called Ooh Wee, which is a drinking song. And the other one is called Left, Right, Left. The booty cheek. You got to do the booty cheek. You got to make the booty cheek go left, right, left, right, left.
Oh, stop it now. Hold on. That's some country rhythm right there. I got to get the catfish and the grits.
Yes, indeed.
Big Nene, Lioness, Kenitra Woods, Rising Star. We love you, and we thank you so much for being on the Mental Margarita Show. You have definitely been just a burst of light, and it's just been fun talking to you.
Come on the track, boy.
Big Nene Lioness. Third world music.
I'm at the bar, passing drinks from the right to the
I'm a twerking lady. I'm a ratchet lady.
He like it when I throw it back from the left to the right. Got him comatose by the end of the night. Baby tryna smoke, I ain't even tryna fight. Plus this money on the phone and I got a long flight. You ain't about the action, you just talk good. And I ain't tryna hit, I just want some good. So I threw it in a circle, made him bust real quick. Boy, stop playing, you know I'm way too thick.
So I'm on this and give me left and right.
Say this, baby, I'ma throw it all night. You know I like to twerk it, I can pop it like you like. Left, right, left, baby, just enjoy the night. He like it when I throw it back with the right and a
I'm a twerking lady.
He like it when I throw it back in a circle with the
I'm a ratchet lady.
I'm at the bar passing drinks from the right to the
I'm a pretty lady.
You don't really wanna fight, catch a right and a I'm hella sexy when I step up in the kitchen, could. Even when I'm in the kitchen whipping, I'm jigging. Hopped up on the counter, let my baby eat the cookie. Left, right, tongue, action shot it, no wood. I ain't gon' lie, little fake, dead and nasty. In the club, looking good, couldn't let it pass me. Gave a conversation, yep, and this is what he asked me. All I wanna know, do you drink or you smoke? He like it when I throw it back with the right and a
I'm a twerking lady.
He like it when I throw it back in a circle with the
I'm a ratchet lady.
I'm at the bar passing drinks from the right to the
I'm a pretty lady.
You don't really wanna fight, catch a right and a He like it when I throw it back with the right and a
I'm a twerking lady.
He like it when I throw it back in a circle with the
I'm a ratchet lady.
I'm at the bar passing drinks from the right to the
I'm a pretty lady.
You don't really wanna fight, catch a right and a
April 22nd, 2024, celebrate Earth Day. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to follow these coordinates precisely and exactly. They will lead you directly to one of the most fantastic creations on planet Earth. Discover Nevada's best kept secret and begin your journey today at goldwellmuseum.org.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have Mr. Burger on the Mental Margarita Show.
Yes, sir.
And he is warming up.
Yes, sir.
He is getting warmed up. Now let's talk. Let's first, it's a pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
How was your holidays?
Oh, good, man. Blessed. Got to see family. I actually got to give out gifts and stuff like that. So that's mainly what I do these days. I'm always passing out gifts. So
I love
that's
that.
put a joy on people's face, man. That make me happy. So can't complain.
It really, that really is a good. That's, to me, that's like one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. That's like I can get somebody else something. Hey, it's all good for me.
Yep, that's what it is. And so now we're in the new year in 2024.
Yes, sir.
Look, I almost forgot what year it was.
Yeah, went by so fast.
It's going to be a great year for Mr. Burger. But I want to start. So, born and raised Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes, sir.
How was that like in Fort Worth, Texas?
Oh man, it's a story, but somehow up, yeah, some good, some bad, and some ugly. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just kind of it taught me life pretty much like that. You know what I'm saying? So it really taught me life. Yeah, from all different phrases, experiences. I've seen people from drugs to business people. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of taught you life, seeing stuff.
Yeah,
Taught
so
you what to do wrong and what not to do wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you got through a little bit of everything. So the highs, the lows, the ups and the downs.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
And now your name, the neighborhood gave your name Burger.
Well, actually, my auntie gave me the name when I was a baby. She said my head was shaped like a burger. Probably when I was about 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of just stuck with me, you know what I'm saying, throughout my whole life.
What was the reason why she gave you the name?
She said my head was shaped like a burger. Yeah, yeah. My auntie said my head was shaped like a burger, so it just kind of stayed with me.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it because immediately as soon as I see that, I'm like, wow, this is interesting. It automatically intrigues you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were a college grad too, as well. You went to college.
Yes, sir.
What university did you go to?
I did like 2 of them. I went tried out Paul Quinn in Dallas, and then I finished up University of Phoenix, and so just tried to do both of them. I did some in class and did some online, and I did the Paul Quinn. It was like a historical Black college. I just wanted to try it out to get the experience and see what it's like. So, so I got a little bit of everything experience on it too. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what a great experience that is to have.
Mm-hmm.
I see noted here in your bio, historian.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Do you consider yourself a historian?
Man, I just love history. It's interested in like I said, you want to know what's going on today without history. So I like to study history, and I know what's going on. Keep you informed what's going on today.
That is so cool because you know what? I love history too. And here's a fun fact about Slykat. I love antiques. I love that kind of stuff. Finding out where different places are, traveling and the meaning for certain. I mean, to me, that's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of stuff they don't tell us, you know what I'm saying? So you got to look in them books and just read, man. So yeah.
That's real, man. That's real. That's a lot of stuff that they don't tell us.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Now let's see here. Burger Boy Promotions.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, what does that consist of? I mean, obviously promotions, but what are some of the things that does Burger Boy Promotions do?
Okay, so like I said, I go back to like my name was Burger when I was growing up. So I kind of just stuck with the name, going to stay with me through the neighborhood, and then I just I finished. To me, I finished everything in life. I got college and I worked. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of my life goals done. So I was like, we always did music back when we were growing up in church and stuff like that back in the day in the neighborhoods and stuff in school. So I just like something just made me go back. Just I'm missing a void in my life, so I just want to do music and get back to something that I used to do. So I just kind of put a group together with my name, and then just you know what I'm saying, really to help people out. So I actually help out other independent artists. So I'm still learning myself, but you know what I'm saying, I try to learn, teach what I know so far, and I try to help people get a voice so they can get their music out there and stuff without you know what I'm saying the industry blocks and stuff like that. So we try to
Wow.
be yeah. Yep. So I'm usually like, using that to give a platform to other people. So yeah.
You're using that to give a platform for other people. So
Yep.
we're both in the platform business.
Yep.
Now, when you talk about the group that you're talking about,
Mhm.
who are the other members that are consistent in the group?
Okay, we started off with of course me, Mr. Burger. Then I got Drew Money, which has been with me from day one. He from Fort Worth. My cousin, Texas made, been with me from day one. Then as we go along, we add like I network with a lot of people, different artists in different states. So then I got my boy Snapchat to do something. So that's K10 out of Louisiana. So we're just kind of like networking with different states with different people. You know what I'm saying for right now.
Wow,
And, yeah.
nice.
That's
We
right.
got to get him. We got to get him on the Mental Margarita show.
Oh yeah, man, K10 ain't cool. My boy. Yes,
You know,
sir.
we definitely got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what drew you to the music? Okay, so you told me you did a lot of stuff in the church and stuff like that. And you know, I'm originally from Miami, but you know, I have family all over,
Mm-hmm.
and most of my family are very rooted in the church, so I can understand that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But was there any artists that inspired you to do your music thing?
That'd be good. Well, that's a good question because like I like a lot of artists, a lot of genres of music. So I wouldn't say just particularly one. And like growing up, you know what I'm saying, we listen to like wherever your area. So like I can say like H Town had a big thing on me, like say Flip, you got Lil Kiki H Town. Listen to like T out of Atlanta, listen to I like the game out of California.
Yeah,
50 Cent out of New York. You know what I'm saying? I can go for days. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's like a lot of artists I like different craft, Gucci Mane. So it's like a lot of my feature. Yeah. So I kind of just take everybody's stuff and just kind of like I like the craft, you know, and they kind of put my own thing together.
And put your yeah, and I hear that in music. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the music. So Appetite Back 2.
So just-
So tell me a little bit about Appetite Back, because I got my appetite back. All
I
this
heard,
talk about burgers and I'm hungry right now.
I heard, man. Like I said, I just say it to the chorus. So I just like I said, stick with the name, and I just kind of come up with the metaphor with an album. Just kind of keep it all on the same course where you kind of got the food and you talking about appetite back. And it's appetite back, just like pretty much just really for inspiration. Like if somebody ever like had a goal, they want to get something done, and they kind of fell off, and they just got the appetite back to get back to it at work. So just kind of it's an inspiration for everybody. And then you see it on the project. I have like it's real diverse. We got like, a lot of different artists from different states, different countries. So it's pretty diverse album. And I'm just
I
getting
love
started, so like yeah,
I love that.
appreciate
I
you.
really think that's cool, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a really good tagline. Appetite back. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I'm back on my feet. I'm back on my grind.
yeah, yeah.
I'm feeling that. How about what Maricopa?
Man, a couple yeah. That was something that we did like on a fly. Really, it wasn't really planned. Actually, that one of the first major projects that we did back in 2018. We were just actually we wanted to do a show in Arizona and run across some good people. Tuso is still a good artist to me to this day, and my boy Brandon, producer out there, Mystic, and like we just kind of got in the booth and just kind of put something down like that same day. Just kind of made something out of it, man. Just start popping from there.
Yeah, that's got a really good vibe. And like
Oh,
that. I
appreciate,
like
appreciate you, yes sir.
yeah, like that is good.
Okay.
Tell me about Cajun Tales.
Cajun Tales, that's my boy K10, Snap Potato, shout out Snap Potato. That's a project, like I said, we just started working together probably right before the summertime of 2023. So we kind of got together, linked up, the vibe was real good, and just kind of just help them out. We put it out there, and we just kind of work together, put the mixtape together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because you got some. I mean, you got some really good music here.
Appreciate
You
the
know,
love.
it's very entertaining, and I like the energy. I like the energy of it.
Mhm.
Texas Made Cuz is the new album. Is that the new album?
Yes, sir.
Now,
And that,
what's going to make this album more special than the previous projects?
mm, well, Texas Man, because he's in the own world, so like he kind of doing his own thing. He telling his story from like how he was born and raised. Like I said, what the area where we at Fort Worth, Dallas Fort Worth area is like a real major marriage. It's like it's been into games in the '90s, real big games, Crystal Blood. So just kind of we grew into that, you know what I'm saying? So and then like we trying to go out and promote gang banging and all that shit like that. But we just grew into that in the '90s, like by just growing into it. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
kind of pick up that lifestyle when you were growing in the projects. You were forced to be in the project, so you have to survive at that point. So just you know what I'm saying, you gotta get purple blood, you know, like they pick the language. So we
Yeah.
kind of like we kind of just grew up that lifestyle. So we grew up in that environment. That just survive. So it ain't nothing to just promote gang bang or nothing like that. Let
Well,
people
no.
know.
I mean, not everything is to promote that. You're talking about the reality that you live.
Yeah, yeah. And we got Bloods in the family too, so we got Bloods. So everybody, it's out too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we made that clear, and that might be a great thing to make clear for those that are watching.
Oh yeah, I did. I want to get that point out there. It's just all strictly entertainment. Everything entertainment.
Strictly entertainment. Now, speaking of entertainment, you've done some shows.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
I
been blessed.
see the tri-state tour, the Vegas. Wait a minute, you came to Vegas?
Yeah, we did a Vegas. Yeah, it
How
was
was it like being in Vegas?
it was cool, but that was my first time doing something. We did video shoot back shots up there being too. So and we did a show it was like on the outskirts of it, but that was with a company called Next to Rise. Shout out Next to Rise out of Baltimore. And they just kind of gave us the opportunity to come out there and do some stuff. But I want to get out there and get like in the real stuff, you know. So I want to get to it out there, like get the connection out there. Yeah.
I think you're talking to the right guy.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Like the vibe was real good out there, real nice, like just kind of real. Like if you're not from there, you kind of real big, so you got to kind of learn how to get to the difference, you know. Stuff.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. So we got to bring you back to
Oh,
Vegas. I think that'll be great. We got you did something with Riff Raff.
mhm. Oh, that was in Austin, Texas. Shout
How
out,
was that? Because I know he's a character. How was that?
man. That was cool, man. Professional. We had a good time. It was like I said, everything was an opportunity at this point. So shout out to Sue Stone, Rick Raff, it was an opportunity to come out there. You know, do our thing. So I appreciate that.
Wow, that's great to have that co-sign because I know he's doing his thing and he's done his stuff independently, so well.
Mhm.
Uh, and what I want to ask you is this: how do you feel about being independent? Are you thinking about taking what you're doing to the majors, or do you like doing it independent?
Um, that's a good question because actually I wouldn't mind going out there to the next level, but it's just like at what price you got to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, like I'm a historian, so oh sorry, I always see the stuff that's going on, but I don't know what price level you got to go to do that. And like I
Right.
said, being independent is like independent is basically like you ain't got to really deal with too many people and like no letdowns or some kind of like stuff going on whatever behind the doors. With the majors, this is a good opportunity, but you got to get with the right company. So if I can get the right company and the right fit, I won't mind doing it.
Right. You want to have the right fit.
Yeah, I'm just taking it.
And that's important. You want to have the right fit, and that's a good answer. That really is. That means that you get your head on the right way, and you're smart. You know what would
Yeah,
you what advice would you give artists that are watching this right now?
man, just to stay of course, be original. Uh, always network with people who stay out of drama, out of the extra stuff. You pretty much you go a long way. It's people just the right people find you, pretty much that. The right people find you, the right company.
That's definitely true. Now, is there any other project that you're working on or you're cooking up in the lab that the audience needs to know?
Like I said, we got my original project was Appetite Back 2. I got back shots gonna come out, and I got some stuff I really don't want to put it out there yet, but I got some stuff when I'm working with Canada. So I just leave that right there. Yeah, some with some Texas Canada type stuff, or just American Canada. Just working with them. So yeah.
You seem excited about that.
Yeah, I don't want to give them too much, but yeah, I got that coming this year. Some new stuff on that.
Oh, that's the move.
Yeah, some new flavors. Yeah.
Do you have a website? Is there a website, or is there any place that they can go to get that burger cup?
Oh yeah. That one custom made, but I do got some cups on burgerboymerch.com. It's like I got like a 3-in-1 cup, and it comes with like a coffee mug, and it comes with like a thing where you smoke in the morning with the little pipes, the little smoke pipes. Yeah, so it's like something different I was trying out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But and then it's shaped like a burger too, so it's made out of like a burger with a coffee mug, and then it got the smoke pipe.
I'm trying to tell you, this guy's great. And let's say that again. It's burgerboymerch.com.
Yeah, yes, sir. Burgerboymerch.com.
Burgerboymerch.com.
Yes, sir.
And how do they get in contact with you if they want to book you for a show or anything like that?
Man, you can get me on Instagram at Mr. Burger Boys, with a Z at the end. And then also my email is burger.boys@yahoo.com. I'm usually there. You can get me on there too.
Well, I tell you, Mr. Burger, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yes, sir.
And all this burger talk has got me crazy. You know, I'm a pescatarian.
Mm-hmm.
So I only eat, fish and vegetables and stuff like that. But back in the days, I used to eat a lot of burgers, man. And you making it tough for me, man. You making it tough.
Know. Man, they got them. They got all kind of stuff now. They got the veggie meats and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I
guess you, brother.
Hey, listen, man, it was an absolute pleasure, and we're gonna make sure that we play one of your joints on the show, and you keep doing your thing, and we got to bring you out to Vegas soon.
I'm ready. Let me know.
All right, man. Take care. Let's shake the world.
You too, brother.
Girl, what's your name? Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, but I can't stay. Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, but I can't stay. I'm only time for it to us, so I won't play no games. I'm trying to get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Yeah, I'm trying to get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, but I can't stay. I'm only in time for a little while, so I won't play no games. I know you got a man, but look at you still throwing chonies. Please don't lie and tell your man I am just a big homie. How jokes aside, you can call me when he leave you lonely. It could be 4 in the morning, I'm still trying to have you moaning. Hold up, just show up, make sure you get your nut. Yeah, for sure, girl. When we fuck, you get yours before I bust. Digging your energy, this ain't even your about lust. I came in feeling giggity. The way you looking at it, you can tell that you feeling me. If you can match the energy, guess we can call it synergy. Just keep pace, keep the lights on. I wanna see your screw face, baby, hold on. Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, but I can't stay. I'm only in time for a little while, so I won't play no games. I'm trying to get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Yeah, I'm trying to get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, but I can't stay. I'm only in time for a little while, so I won't play no games.
Let me give you back shot just like Dodger Miami. I can see you by my side right there at the Grammys. Not the type to play no games, I need to understand it. I'm in town for the night, tomorrow I got advantage. No, I don't do no drama or no baby daddy. Let's get that established. On a whole nother level, we don't do no average. If you sliding with me, girl, you gotta be a savage. Hey girl.
Hey girl. what's your name? Sorry, ma, but I can't stay. I'm only in time for a little while, so I won't play no games. I'm tryna get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Yeah, I'm tryna get your back shots till you maxed out. Baby girl, blow your back out till you pass out. Hey girl, what's your name? Sorry, ma, but I can't stay. I'm only in town for a little while, so I won't play no games.
And you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. At Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at the count of 3, I want to hear you scream, Viva Las Vegas. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Viva Las